Logan Paul isn't a beverage expert, he just knows how to sell. With over-the-top marketing and millions of loyal fans, Prime has infiltrated schools, sports fields, and TikTok feeds alike. But here's the question on everyone's mind. Is Prime a serious business venture or merely influencer hype on caffeine? Today, we're breaking down the science behind the drink, the strategy behind the brand, and whether Logan Paul and KSI have created a hydration game changer or just another overpriced fad in a cool bottle. Chapter 1. From YouTube stars to beverage moguls, Logan Paul and KSI are no strangers to controversy or the camera. With their combined fan base reaching hundreds of millions, they've taken their influence beyond YouTube and turned it into a booming business. Prime Hydration was launched not as a quiet entry into the beverage world, but with a bang. Videos, product drops, and surprise announcements filled social media feeds within days of its launch, making Prime a must-have item, especially among younger audiences. Chapter 2. The power of viral marketing. One of Prime's biggest weapons is its viral user-generated content. All over TikTok and Instagram, kids are filming themselves buying Prime, collecting the different flavors, reviewing them on camera, or even trading bottles like Pokemon cards. The drink has become more than a hydration product. It's a cultural badge. For students and members of Gen Alpha, Prime is the cool thing to carry. It's flashy, colorful, and endorsed by two of the most recognizable faces on the internet. Chapter 3. From TikTok to the sports arena. But Prime isn't just a social media trend. It's also making big moves in the sports world. In a short span of time, it became the official sports drink of the UFC and secured a sponsorship deal with top football club Bayern Munich. It's now stocked in major retailers like Walmart and Target in the US and big-name supermarkets across the UK. The distribution strategy is sharp and aggressive, combining online hype with real-world availability. It's not just digital domination, it's shelf space domination too. Chapter 4. The healthy hydration promise. What sets Prime apart from traditional drinks like Gatorade and Body Armor, at least according to its creators, is its low sugar content. It's what Logan Paul once pointed out in a video, that a standard 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade contains about 34 grams of sugar, while Prime only has 2 grams. That's a massive difference. But low sugar doesn't automatically mean it's a better hydration choice. To understand that, we need to look at what real hydration involves. Hydration is about more than just water. When we exercise or sweat heavily, whether it's during a football match, a CrossFit session, or martial arts training, we lose both water and electrolytes, especially salt. Sodium is one of the most important electrolytes because it helps the body retain fluids and keeps muscles functioning properly. That's why, on a hot day, dogs might lick your skin. It's the salt they're after. Or why someone's old baseball cap starts to show those white crusty rings. That's sweat, and more importantly, salt drying up. Chapter 5. Prime's popularity versus performance. Prime hydration has rapidly become a cultural phenomenon among students and Gen Alpha audiences, thanks largely to its association with YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI. Its bold branding, viral social media campaigns, and influencer-driven hype have made it a staple in school bags and on playgrounds, often more for its status symbol than its functional value. For many young fans, drinking Prime isn't about hydration, it's about being part of an online trend. However, when it comes to actual performance, the drink tells a different story. While Prime does include electrolytes, its formulation isn't necessarily aligned with what athletes and growing kids truly need, especially during intense activity or sports. Traditional sports drinks like Gatorade have been developed over decades, with input from sports scientists and athletes focusing on the right sodium-glucose balance for effective rehydration. In contrast, Prime offers low sodium and high potassium, less ideal for replenishing what the body loses through sweat. Its appeal to Gen Alpha may be undeniable, but its functional value as a hydration aid remains up for debate. There's also a major risk when a brand is built on trend-based marketing. Hype is powerful, but it can fade quickly. Today's most wanted drink can easily become tomorrow's forgotten fad. If Logan Paul or KSI's popularity takes a hit, or if the next viral drink takes their place, Prime could struggle to stay relevant. Unlike brands with long-term sports credibility, Prime's foundation rests on staying culturally hot, which is hard to maintain over time. So, is Prime worth it? That depends on what you're looking for. If you want a flashy, low-sugar drink that's become part of internet culture, Prime might be your pick. It's fun, accessible, and wrapped in the energy of digital fame. But if you're focused on serious sports hydration, it's worth checking the label and understanding your own needs before following the trend. Prime Hydration is more than a beverage. It's a brand built on influence and image and incredible marketing. Whether it will last or not, only time and the internet can decide. Chapter 6: Breaking Down the Formula. As the popularity of Prime Hydration continues to rise, more people are starting to look past the branding and into what really matters. One glance at the back of a Prime bottle tells us it contains just 10 milligrams of sodium. Compare that to a bottle of Powerade, which packs in 168 milligrams of sodium, over 16 times more. Sodium, a key electrolyte that plays a critical role in hydration, is one of the main minerals we lose when we sweat. In this regard, Powerade clearly offers more of what our body actually needs to replenish after intense physical activity. On the flip side, Prime includes 700 milligrams of potassium, much higher than Powerade's 130 milligrams. So while Prime is high in potassium and low in sodium, Powerade flips that ratio. But considering that what we lose most when sweating is water and sodium, it's important to ask which of these drinks is better suited for real hydration. At a glance, Prime looks like the smarter, healthier choice. Just 2 grams of sugar compared to Powerade's 35? That's a no-brainer, right? Well, not exactly. While the low sugar label wins points with parents and fitness-focused teens, the truth is a bit more complicated. In the world of sports science, sugar, specifically glucose, isn't just empty calories. It actually helps your body absorb water and electrolytes faster, which is exactly what you want during intense workouts or long games. This is where Prime's flashy image starts to split from the heavyweights. Gatorade has decades of research behind it, packed with just the right mix of sodium and glucose to boost rehydration when it really counts. Body Armor brings its A-game too, offering natural ingredients, coconut water, and backing from top-tier athletes. These brands are built for performance. Prime, it's built for attention. With bright bottles, viral marketing, and influencer clout, it's clearly winning the popularity contest. But when it comes to actual hydration science, it's playing a different game. Prime might look good on TikTok, but on the field, the results are still up for debate. So, where exactly does Prime fit into the hydration market? Despite its bold marketing and trendy flavors, it lacks the foundational elements that make a hydration drink effective in sports or recovery settings. That's not just an opinion, it's backed by experts. James Smith, a personal trainer and fitness educator, turned to Jordan Sullivan, better known as the Fight Dietitian, to weigh in. Sullivan works with professional UFC fighters and is a specialist in dehydration and rehydration strategies at the elite level. He explained that when we sweat, the fluid lost doesn't just come from the surface of our skin, it comes directly from our blood. Rehydrating effectively means restoring that fluid back into the bloodstream, which is a much more complex process than simply drinking water. Fluids must first pass through the stomach, then into the small intestine, and finally across the intestinal wall to enter the bloodstream. This final step, getting water across the gut wall, is slow when done with plain water alone. But when the right ratio of sodium and glucose is added, the process becomes much faster and more efficient. That combination turns an average drink into a high-performance rehydration solution. This is exactly why hospitals use IV fluids containing water, sodium, and glucose, not trendy ingredients like coconut water or high potassium fruit juices. The science is simple. Glucose and sodium together pull water into the bloodstream faster, allowing for real, effective hydration. Most credible sports drinks are built on this formula because it works. Prime, unfortunately, is not. So, when Prime compares itself to industry giants like Gatorade or Powerade, the comparisons are misleading. Those drinks are designed with performance in mind, and they are backed by decades of sports science. Prime, while popular and well-branded, lacks the essential components needed for true hydration. Its formula leans more toward appealing to a mass audience with flashy packaging and influencer buzz, rather than providing an evidence-based solution for athletes or those with real hydration needs. In short, calling Prime a hydration drink might make sense from a marketing perspective, but scientifically it doesn't hold up. And for professionals in the field of sports nutrition, that's hard to ignore. Prime has exploded onto shelves and into social media feeds through a strategy that feels less like a beverage rollout and more like a global pop culture takeover. Instead of relying on traditional marketing or decades of sports science, Prime leaned into what its founders, Logan Paul and KSI, do best: go viral. The hype was so strong, people queued for hours, and resellers sold bottles at inflated prices as if they were sneakers, not hydration drinks. But here's the catch. When a brand rides so heavily on influencer momentum and online trends, it becomes a double-edged sword. Hype can sell out stores in minutes, but it can't guarantee product performance. That's where Prime starts to draw criticism. Despite its flashy image, many fitness enthusiasts and athletes argue that Prime lacks the precise electrolyte balance needed for real hydration. And when you're shelling out premium prices for something that might not even meet your body's needs, the brand starts to feel more style than substance. Even worse, trends fade. And when a brand is built almost entirely on being the cool thing of the moment, that poses a major risk. Without ongoing product credibility or performance-based results, Prime's staying power may depend entirely on whether its audience stays interested. And for consumers who care more about function than flash, DIY hydration solutions or science-backed competitors may start to look like the smarter, longer-lasting choice. And while saving a few dollars here and there might not seem significant at first, those small savings accumulate over time. In just a month or two, the money you save could be used to invest in a new pair of lifting shoes, a training program, or even coaching sessions with a fitness professional. Better yet, there are hydration solutions available on the market today that are created by people who actually understand the science behind performance and recovery. These products are made by professionals who have studied and tested their formulations, not by influencers chasing viral fame. When hydration matters, it's crucial to trust the science, not just the branding. So if you care about training, recovery, and actually performing well, not just fitting into a trend, make sure your hydration choices are smart, effective, and based on real science. With the right electrolyte mix and creatine in your corner, you'll be giving your body the fuel it truly needs without wasting your money on branding that doesn't deliver. That's it for today. If you like this breakdown, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let us know. Is Prime hype or the real deal? Catch you in the next one.